Good morning, students. In the last practical classes, we have discussed about the different data visualization techniques. That is, we have discussed how to construct the bar diagram, histogram, frequency, polygon, O-give curves, and pie diagrams. So, in today's class, we are going to discuss how to calculate the descriptive statistics by using the MS Excel. So coming to the descriptive statistics by using the MS Excel. First, coming to descriptive statistics, what all we have to calculate: central tendency values, dispersion values, and also the coefficient of dispersion also. So and skewness and kurtosis. So first we'll see the measures of central tendency and dispersion. So in measures of central tendency, what is the main thing? Mean, median, and mode. So first we'll calculate the mean, median, and mode values. First, we'll enter the data 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, and 90 to 100. So this is my data, that is class frequencies. Now next I'll enter the frequencies. The frequencies are 4, 8, 18, 30, 15, next is 10, 8, and 7. So for this data, first I have to calculate the central tendency and dispersion values. Coming to central tendency, so what are the formulas we have? We have the mean formula. What is the formula for mean? Central tendency mean is 1 by n summation fi xi. Median is L plus n by 2 minus C by F into H. Mode is L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. And coming to dispersions. So coming to dispersion, the first we have quartile deviation and standard deviation. Quartile deviation formula is Q3 minus Q1 by 2. And coming to standard deviation, what is the standard deviation formula? Square root of 1 by n I'll type the formula. If it is grouped frequency, we'll have capital letters, right? So 1 by n summation xi minus x bar whole square. So here xi xi minus x bar So this is the formula for standard deviation, that is square root of 1 by n summation xi minus x bar whole square. So for these dispersion will calculate two measures of dispersion, and central tendency will calculate three measures of central tendency. First we'll find out the mean value. So coming to mean, what is the formula? 1 by n summation fi into xi. So what is xi? Generally we consider the mid values. So mid values are nothing but the xi values. Next we have to find fi into xi. So I'm just writing f into x. Now coming to x, what is the x mid value? So for 20 and 30, you have to calculate the mid values. One thing is, in the first column, you can write all the lower limits. In the second column, you write the upper limits. How we have done for the Ogilvy curves and the frequency polygon, finding the mid values. You can find out mid values like that, or just by observation also, you can write the mid values here. So the values are 25, 35, 45. So similarly, the same values will be repeating with the same intervals. You can drag. We get all the x values. Next here, we have to find the So next we have to find the f into x values. So f into x. So whenever you are typing a formula, you have to start with equals to, open the bracket. Where is the f value? F into, now select the x value, close the bracket. F into x, you'll get 100. 4 into 25 is 100. So same formula is repeating for the remaining rows also. So you can drag this formula. That means for the remaining values also you apply same thing, that is 8 into 35, 18 into 45. So this is summation fi xi. Next is, what is the formula for mean? 1 by n summation fi xi. So equals to, I have to get n value and summation fi xi value. What is n actually? N is the total frequency. So whenever you calculate sum of these values equals to sum of all these frequencies. Select all the frequencies, close the bracket. It is 100. So this is nothing but your n value. This is the n value, and coming to summation fi xi. So the equal to sum of fi xi. So it is 5910. So this is our data. Now equals to 1 by n summation fi xi. That is summation fi xi divided by n. This is summation fi xi divided by, this is the n value, close the bracket. We get the mean as 59.1. So next, I have to calculate the median value. So this is the mean value I got. For this data only, I will be calculating the median value. So coming to median, what is our formula? Our formula is L plus n by 2 minus C by F into H. So for this, you have to calculate the cumulative frequencies, right? So how do you calculate the cumulative frequencies? I'll find median value here. So coming to median, we have different criteria for median. That is, in our formula, we have n by 2, C, F, and H values. How to find those values? For median, always first we have to calculate the cumulative frequency. So first I'm calculating the cumulative frequencies. So how to calculate the cumulative frequency? First value is as it is of the frequency. Next, second value is sum of first two values. Next is sum of first three values. Next equals to sum of next four values equals to sum of next 4 values equals to sum of, again next up to these values, sum cumulative frequency itself up to the particular value, you are calculating the frequencies. So sum of all values. So therefore, this is my n value. So for median, what is the criteria we have? First, we have to find out the n by 2 value. For median, we have to find out the n by 2 value. So what is the n by 2 value? N value is this one by 2. So n by 2 value is 50. So what is the median class we consider? The cumulative frequency just greater than n by 2. This is 60. So corresponding to this 60, whatever the class we have, that is considered as the median class. So this 50 to 60, this is the median class. I'll just highlight it for your sake. So this green color is nothing but it is a median class. So this is the corresponding to this. What is the class we have? 50 to 60. So L value is 50. Now next we have to calculate the C value. L plus n by 2 minus C. What is C actually? The cumulative frequency preceding the median class. So before preceding, this is a median class. Before this, what is the cumulative frequency? 30. So C value is 30. Next, we have to find the H value. What is H? H means it is the length of the class interval. 50 to 60, what is the class interval? 10. So L value is 10. So these are the n by 2, L and C and H values. So from these values, now I'm going to calculate the median value. So this, the green color, all it indicates related to median. So what is the median formula now? Substitute in the median formula. So first I'm typing the value formula. So I'll write equals to L plus, what is the L value? L plus, now open the brackets for the numerator, n by 2. So this is the value of n by 2 minus C, that is 30, divided by F into H, right? So into H I'm writing here only, into H, divided by F value. So I didn't write F value here. What is actually F? F is the frequency corresponding to the median class. What is the frequency here? 30. So equals to L plus, this is L plus n by 2 minus C into H divided by F. Now this complete value you have to add to L, right? So one more brackets also you include. Here you open one more bracket so that this complete value will be, check the brackets properly, L plus n by 2. Here close the numerator bracket. Here you close this bracket. So the median is, sorry, there was some mistake in the formula. I didn't close the brackets properly. So first L plus equals to L plus. So first I have to write the numerator value. So for numerator, I need one bracket. In the numerator also I have two terms. So one more bracket. So L plus n by 2 minus C, close this bracket, into H value. Now the numerator is finished, divided by denominator, that is F value. Yes, now we got the median as 56.67. So in this way, if you write the brackets carefully, then only we get this values. So I have done a mistake there in the brackets. So that's why we get the correct value. So this is the median value. Next, calculating the mode for this data. So how do we calculate the mode? What is the formula for mode? The formula for the mode is L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F2 into H. So this H will be coming to numerator itself. Now, for this, we have to first find out the modal class. What is a modal class? Wherever you have the highest frequency. What is the highest frequency? 30 is the highest frequency. So corresponding to 30, whatever the, yes, 30 is only the highest frequency. Corresponding to 30, whatever the class we have, that itself is the modal class. So corresponding to this, write the values. First L value, L equals to, lower limit is 50 itself. Next, L plus F1 minus F0. F1 means the frequency of the modal class. What is the frequency? 30. F1 minus F0 is the frequency preceding the modal class, that is 18. F2 is the frequency succeeding the modal class, that is 15. Next, we have H value. H is nothing but the length of the class interval, that is 10. So L plus F1 minus F0 by 2 F1 minus F0 minus F1 into H. Yes, we got all the values. Now I'll calculate the mode value. So coming to mode, you have to type it carefully. First, I'll find out the denominator and numerator values separately so that it will be easy for me also. So equals to, we have L plus F1 minus F0, right? So first I'll calculate F1 minus F0 into H value. So first I'll calculate F1 minus F0 into H value. So this is my numerator value. If you observe, this is the numerator value. Next I'll find out the denominator value. So in denominator, what we have? F2 F1. So open the bracket, 2 into F1 to F1 minus F0 minus F2. So this is the denominator value. So what is mode actually now? Mode equals to L plus, open the bracket, this numerator value divided by this, sorry, this denominator value. Numerator value divided by denominator value. So this will give you the mode value as 54.44. So this is the value of mode. So in this way, we can calculate the mode values. So this all indicates the modal values. So now we got the mean, median and mode, that is central tendency values are completed. Next, coming to dispersion. What is the dispersion? It studies about scatteredness, right? So we'll be calculating about quartile deviation and standard deviation. First, coming to quartile deviation. So what is quartile deviation formula? If you observe, the quartile deviation formula is Q3 minus Q1 by 2. I have shown you how to calculate the Q2 value. In the same way, for Q3, what is the criteria we check? 3n by 4. For Q1, the criteria is n by 4. So you find out similarly how I have done the median. So like this, median I have done. I have calculated n by 2, right? Like that, for Q3, you calculate 3n by 4, L3, C3, and H3 and F3 values and calculate Q3. Next, you similarly calculate Q1, substitute in the formulas, we get the required quartile deviation. Next, coming to standard deviation. What is the formula of standard deviation? 1 by square root of 1 by n summation xi minus x bar whole square. We need the summation of this column, that is xi minus x bar whole square. So first we'll find out that column value. Standard deviation column, this is. That is, what is the formula we want? Summation of xi minus x bar whole square. So we need the square of some values. So open the bracket, xi minus x bar. What is the mean here? We got the mean as 59.1. So xi minus, here we have mean whole square. So power 2. So whenever you're calculating these values, what is a constant? If I drag this formula, next it will take the below mean, whatever the values you have, that values will be taken in place of mean. This mean value should be constant. So whenever you are making a constant value, here before C and after C, you insert dollar symbol so that the mean value will remain constant. Only X values will be changing. So we'll get 1163. So this is about the this value. Next, drag these values. So drag these values up to the last value. Now find the sum of these values. Sum of these values. So this is the sum of these values, which I am going to use for the standard deviation. So what is the standard deviation? Standard deviation, the formula is 1 by n summation xi minus square root of, so first square root of what value? Summation fi xi by n. Summation divided by n value is 100. Now close the bracket. We get the standard deviation as 6.468. So in this way, we can find out the standard deviation by using the formula 1 by n summation xi minus x bar whole square. So measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion are completed. Now the last one we have is we have to find the skewness and kurtosis. So coming to the skewness and kurtosis. So what is the coefficient of skewness? The coefficient of skewness is beta 1 and the coefficient of kurtosis is beta 2. So how to calculate beta 1 and beta 2? By using the moments. So first here to this formula, to this problem, we have to calculate the mean value, moments values, then only (10 to 20) 20 to 30. Next is 30 to 40. 40 to 50. 50 to 60. 60 to 70. And 70 to 80. And the frequencies are given as 1, 20, 69, 108, 78, 22, and 2. So for this question, I have to find the coefficient of skewness and kurtosis. What is the coefficient of skewness formula? Coefficient of skewness is mu3 square by mu2 cube. So this is a formula for coefficient of skewness, that is mu3 square by mu2 cube. And coming to coefficient of kurtosis, it is mu4 by mu2 square. So to calculate this mu2 and mu4, what are the formulas? See, I want the mu2 and mu2, mu3, mu4. These are the formulas. Mu2 is mu2 dash minus mu1 dash whole square. Mu3 is mu3 dash minus 3 mu2 dash mu1 dash plus 2 mu1 dash whole cube. And mu4 is mu4 dash minus 4 mu3 dash mu1 dash plus 6 mu2 dash mu1 dash whole square minus 3 mu1 dash power 4. So for this, we need non-central moments. What are the non-central moments formulas? Mu1 dash is 1 by n summation fi xi. Mu2 dash is 1 by n summation fi xi square. Mu3 dash is 1 by n summation fi xi cube. Mu4 dash is 1 by n summation fi xi cube. So this one you feel lengthy, but it's very easy. By seeing all the formulas, you don't get panic. So first we want the x values. What are the x values? These are the mid values. So calculate 15, 25. I'll just drag all the mid values. Next, f into x. What is f into x formula? Equals to, open the bracket, f into x value. Now I'll drag these values. I'll get f into x. Next is fx square. F into x square. So which is equals to f into, so this is f value into x square, that is x into x again. So we get the value as 225. Now drag these values, f into x. Next we want fx cube. So which is equals to f into x into x into x. Close the bracket. We get f into x cube value also. Drag these values. Now fx power 4. So this is equals to f into x into x into x into x 4 times. So we get f into x power 4 also. Now we want summation of all this. Now if you observe, in these values we have 3e plus 0, 5. So here what is happening? We are getting some lengthy values. That means for these values, see, these values are having lengthy values. If you go to format cells and numbers and remove the decimal point, we get the exact number that these are the numbers. But these are very lengthy values, right? So for this, what I'm going to do is, I've just shown this so that we get lengthy values like this. So we can do this, but alternate way is, I shift the origin and scale values. How to do that one? U equals to x minus A x minus A by h. Just if I shift the origin and scale, then I can find out these values. So you can do like this, or you can use these formulas also, no problem. So as we are not calculating, anyhow computer will calculate. So I just prefer to keep these values as it is. Format cells, number, make the decimal point to 0. So these are the values. Now I want sum of these values. So first equals to sum of these frequencies. Sum of the frequencies is 300. Here also I want the sum value. So sum of these frequencies. For remaining columns also I want sum, right? So this formula I have to copy. So same, drag this one, we get the values. Again we got these values as sum values. So just format cells, remove the decimal point, we get the exact values. So these are the values. So by using these values, now we are going to find out the non-central moments first. So first we calculate the non-central moments. So what are the non-central moments? Mu1 dash, mu2 dash, mu3 dash, and mu4 dash. First coming to mu1 dash. Next, copy mu2 dash. Next to mu3 dash. And the last one is mu4 dash. So now what is the formula for mu1 dash, mu2 dash, mu3 dash, and mu4 dash? 1 by n summation equals to 1 by n summation fi xi. This is for the first. One second. So first coming to mu1 dash, the formula is 1 by n summation fi xi. The summation fi xi divided by n. So this will give you the first movement, that is 45.53. So this is the mu1 dash value, 1 by n summation fi xi. Next coming to the second central movement, it is 1 by n summation fi xi square, which is equals to 1 by n summation fi xi square, means summation fi xi square divided by 100. That is 300. So we get the second non-central moment equals to, next, mu3 dash, that is 1 by n summation fi xi cube, this value divided by this value, mu3 dash. Next to mu4 dash, this value divided by n value. So we got 4 non-central moments. By using this 4 non-central moments, now we are going to find out the central moments. So first, we'll find the central moments. After finding non-central moments, next I'll find the central moments. So coming to central moments, first we know that the first central moment, that is mu1, is always 0. Mu1 value is always 0. What is mu2? Second central moment, which is also nothing but the variance. So mu2 value, what is the mu2 formula? Mu2 dash, so this is mu2 dash minus mu1 dash whole square, that is mu1 dash into mu1 dash. So this is the mu2 value, that is 113.7155. Next, coming to mu3. What is the formula for mu3? Check the formula for mu3 here first. The formula is mu3 dash minus 3 mu2 dash mu1 dash plus 2 mu1 dash cube. So here mu3, what is the formula? First mu3 dash minus, open the bracket, check the formula, mu3 dash minus 3 into mu2 dash into mu1 dash. 3 into mu2 dash into mu1 dash, close the bracket, plus 2 mu1 dash cube. Open the bracket again, 2 into mu1 dash cube. So mu1 dash into mu1 dash into mu1 dash 3 times. So this will give you the mu3 value, that is minus 8.7632. Next, calculating the mu4. This is a lengthy formula, so be careful. Mu4, what is the formula? First mu4 dash, so this is mu4 dash, see the formula carefully, minus 4 mu3 dash mu1 dash. So minus, open the bracket, 4, we have mu3 dash here, mu3 dash into mu1 dash. So mu3 dash 4 into mu3 dash into mu1 dash plus 6 mu2 dash mu1 dash square. See, plus 6 mu2 dash mu1 dash square plus 6 into mu2 dash, right, into 6 into mu2 dash into mu1 dash square, that is mu1 dash into mu1 dash, close the bracket. The last term is minus 3 mu1 dash power 4. So minus 3 into mu1 dash power, sorry, mu1 dash power 4, that is mu1 dash into mu1 dash into mu1 dash into mu1 dash 4 times. Now close the bracket. We get the mu4 value as 35224.5. So these are the 4 central moments. By using this 4 central moments, we are going to calculate the coefficient of skewness and coefficient of kurtosis. So first, skewness. What is the skewness formula? Beta 1, that is beta 1, what is the formula? Mu3 square by mu2 cube. This one, I'm copying the notation. So beta 1 equals to, what is the formula? Mu3 square by mu2 cube. So mu3 into mu3 square minus mu2 cube, mu2 into mu2 into mu2. Close the bracket. So somewhere the formula is wrong. Beta 1 second, is equals to mu3 square by mu2 cube, mu2 into mu2 into mu2. So we get the beta 1 value as 5.22. So if you observe, this value is greater than 0. So next we calculate the kurtosis. What is the coefficient of kurtosis? Beta 2. So what is the formula for beta 2? Mu 4 by mu 2 square. Mu 4 by mu 2 square. So what is mu 4? This is mu 4 by mu 2 square. That is mu 2 into mu 2. So this is the kurtosis, coefficient of kurtosis, which is less than 3. So whenever the coefficient of skewness is greater than 0, we say positive skewness. Positive skewness. And suppose if the coefficient of kurtosis is less than 3, so whenever the coefficient of kurtosis, we have 3 types of kurtosis, right? So if the kurtosis value is less than 3, which type of curve it is? Platykurtic. So this question is this one. We have calculated measures of central tendency, measures of dispersion. And one thing I forgot to say, that is, sorry, coefficient of variation. We have coefficient of variation also. So what is coefficient of variation? Generally, we denote it with CV, right? Remember CV. What is the formula? Sigma by x bar into 100. So we have already got the sigma value. The sigma divided by x bar, so mean value, into 100 will give you the coefficient of variation value. So this one value is what I didn't find out. I forgot to do. The coefficient of variation, remember, if you calculate mean and standard deviation and take the ratio of standard deviation by mean into 100 expressed as a percentage, we get it as 10.97. That is 10%, 10.97% of variation is present in your data. Now, we have done mean, median, mode, coefficient of variation, coefficients of dispersion, that is quartile deviation and standard deviation, coefficient of skewness and kurtosis. For skewness and kurtosis, you need to calculate the first non-central moments, then calculate the central moments. Then after getting central moments, we calculate these coefficient of skewness and kurtosis values. So here we got it as a positively skewed distribution with a platykurtic curve. So by this, all the Excel practicals are completed. So practice these Excel practicals so that it will be easy for you to do in the practical exam.